can actually follow through. All right, I'm about to take the attendance. I'm about to take it manually, all right, for this particular class. So if you are here, what I need you to do is that just unmute your microphone and tell me that you are here, okay? Okay, Nur Alia Dalila, are you here?
Me, madam.
Okay, Nur Fatin Auni?
Me, madam.
You don't say me, you say yes, I'm here. Okay, Nur Adiba?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay, Rohaida? Rohaida Naja? Are you here?
Yes, madam.
Okay, all right. Nurul Izati? Nurul Izati? Yeah, okay, she's here. Asfarina? Nurain Asfarina?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Ain? Nurul Ain?
Yes, madam.
madam.
Okay, Idin? Idin, are you here?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Nur Fazlin?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Nur Ain Amira?
I'm here, miss.
Okay, Irene Najwa?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Nur Jazlan?
Present, madam.
Okay, Sharmita?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Fitra?
Yes, I'm here, madam.
Okay, Aaron?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Farah Adlina? Farah Adlina, are you here? Okay, Muhammad Aiman? Aiman? Kalista? Kalista, are you here? Nurul Alia? Ivy? Alia, are you here? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Ivy?
Yes, madam. I'm here.
Okay, Debbie? Debbie, are you here? Can't hear her. Okay, Nur Atira?
I'm here, madam.
Okay, Nurul Ain?
I'm here, madam.
Husna?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Siti Nur Shafika?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Najwa?
Yes, I'm here, madam.
Siti Nur Rahana?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Nur Aina?
Yes, madam.
Nur Kamalin?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Muhammad Khairuddin? Okay, Siti Noriana? Siti Noriana? Kuratu Rashida? Kuratu Rashida? Siti Shuhada?
I'm here, madam.
Okay, Nur Sharina Azira?
Yes, madam.
Ahmad Shazwan? Ahmad Shazwan? Anisa?
Yes, madam.
Nur Sharmini?
I'm here, madam.
Kenny?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Khairul Hafiz? Khairul Hafiz? Oliver? Oliver?
Yes, madam.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So for some weeks, I'll be doing this more like a housekeeping just to make sure that you're still in my class, all right? For some lessons, I would be asking students to just log in through my group, all right? So don't worry, anytime during the attendance, I will usually update you. Okay, pertaining to the online platform, I was told that Zoom and Woof actually consumes less data. All right, but Woof was not really recommended because I was told that in terms of security purpose. Okay, What about Zoom? Can all of you access Zoom?
Yes, can.
Can. Okay.
Can,
For those,
madam.
all right. Okay. So I'm just going to do a quick poll later in our group. Okay. Just to make sure that those who have scarce internet connection, whether they can access Zoom or not. All right. Because some they claim that they cannot access WebEx because of poor net and it's not stable and so not for them. But I'm just going to do a quick check. And let's say if most of us, if it's 95 and above, all right, percent agrees that Zoom actually requires less bandwidth, then we will be using that for the next class and so forth. All right, but I'll keep you updated on that. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we have our group leader. Am I right? Do we have a leader for our class? I thought we had.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Can we, anyone wants to be a volunteer for our class? Leader? Okay. There are a couple of things the leader will do, but don't worry, right? The first one is, of course, just to keep an overview of our class control, in the sense that let's say if a student is about to miss the class and they cannot reach me via the group, all right? So the first person they will reach is the leader, all right? They will keep a tab with the leader and inform the leader. And usually if there's an announcement, I will get through the leader first, okay? And the third thing is, of course, I think I remembered telling all of you that you need to purchase a book, right? Okay, so the leader will overlook in terms of collecting the payment, all right, for the book. But don't worry, the books are going to be posted to you for those who are not in the campus, but those who are in the campus, you can collect the books. All right, the book is going to cost you 30 ringgit, and you will need to get the books as soon as possible because we're going to use some of the materials from our book, all right? And at the same time, one of the assessment we're going to derive from that book as well. And for the e-resume and cover letter, I was actually planning to use the book. Then I remembered that, you have not received the books yet. Okay, but anyway, can we have a volunteer? Anyone would like to just volunteer? Be the leader? If there's no volunteer, then I might just have to use my veto power, Anyone? I see Aaron's name on the first. Aaron, where are you from?
Yes,
Aaron,
madam.
Hi, where are you from, Aaron?
I'm from Sabah, Pitas.
Okay, do you think you can manage our class through online?
Yes, okay, sure.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Aaron, can I have your number, please? Just a moment. I'm just going to take down your number. All right.
013
Okay. Oh, hold on, Aaron. You're too fast. Okay, 013
476
476
4291.
4291. Thank you so much, Aaron. Okay. All right. So,
Okay.
Aaron, I will let you know on how to go about with our module and all later. All right. I will text you personally. But the rest of you, please save his number. Okay. I will update in our group as well. Okay. Now, let's get back to business. All right. To focus on the materials for today. So, today I'm planning to expose you a little bit, all right, towards e-resume and e-cover letter. Okay, so if there are any questions, you can just ask me. You can just unmute your microphone and just ask me. But if there are no questions, then just follow through the lesson. Okay.
Madam,
Yes. Who's this?
sorry for interfering. I'm Idin.
No problem.
I just recently registered for this class, so I think I missed and some info from first week.
Okay. All right. I think I have updated the lecture recorded ones in my Guru. Sorry, in Google Classroom. Are you in Google Classroom?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I
Alright.
just recently registered to this class.
Have you been approved? You have been approved?
Yes, I've been approved.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, so here is the class code. You need to join our Google Classroom, all right? For those of you who did not register yet and who are new, okay, this is our classroom code, okay? All right. So I won't be using my Guru, okay? Because we need to understand some of the limitations. I think I told this last week as well. All right. So I'll be using Google Classroom, throughout my classes. Okay. So the first week notes have been updated over there. All right. I think I spoke to them about the assignment. All right. I spoke to them about, how the lessons are going to be carried out and so on. So what you can do, Eden, is that, and those who are new, just go through the assessment details again. All right. Just read through first. And if there are further clarification, you can just ask me in our group. All right. In Telegram group. I'm not going to talk about the assessment details again because I think I thoroughly explained last week. But anyway, those who joined me last week, were there any questions that you would like to ask me pertaining to our assessment before I talk to you about our lecture for today? Any? So I was told, yeah, there you go. There are changes in terms of the due date, all right? Previously, it was supposed to be listening task first, but now we have amended. The e-resume is going to go first, okay? Followed by the listening task, the writing task, and then the webinar, okay? All right, so just look through it in. If there are further questions, then you can just ask me. All of this is available in Google Classroom, okay? I hope I answered that, Eden.
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Okay, all right, no problem. Okay, we're going to start with today's lecture, all right? Because how do I close this? Okay, that's great. Okay, when we talk about resume and cover letter, the main concern is that what do I include in my resume? All right. And how do I prepare an e-resume? An e-resume means an electronic version where you don't print out and submit. Okay. And you don't have to post. Those days things were very different. Okay. Even during my time, I remembered, we had to post. All right. That was the first time before emails existed. I'm not that old, but eventually after some time, all right, emails were encouraged where we attach our application, all right, we include our cover letter and our resume, and then we submit to our our future employer. Okay, now things have improvised so much advanced where students just come up with link. Sometimes they just have like a blog, all right, or a website where they have their resume, and then the employers can just access anytime. They just type your name, and then your resume just flashes out from the Google search and so forth. It's so advanced. So some of the important things we include in our resume is that what are our skills? Okay, what can we offer for the company? All right. What kind of person are we? That means a little bit about ourselves. Okay. What can we do in terms of things that are in relation to the job? That includes like if you have a computer certificate, you can handle certain software. Especially if you are like an engineer, you can handle AutoCAD, you can do certain things. So these are things that you can actually offer to the company. All right. So an e-resume is supposed to be a very brief piece of document that you send in, and you talk about what are your achievements, what are your academic backgrounds, what awards you have won, okay, what languages you can speak and write, what are the skills you have, and so forth. And it's usually very brief, okay, because you are supposed, once they look at it, they're supposed to be, impressed. And at the same time, they're supposed to call you in for interview. And that's where they will actually ask you and probe you more details pertaining to what you have presented in your e-resume. All right. So I just told you about that. All right. And usually an e-resume must be accompanied by a cover letter. What is a cover letter? A cover letter is a letter, of course. All right. And you address to the company, okay, that you're applying for. And you specifically mention what job you're applying for and what can you do in relation to the job. Okay, if you realize some of the job advertisement, if you have seen, okay, on the websites or on newspapers, you would realize that the employers are very smart. They detail out what you need to do for the job. Let's say if you're applying for a job as a teacher in an international school, they would usually tell you that you have to be a homeroom teacher, you have to handle students' attendance, you have to prepare exam papers, you have to mark them, you have to grade them, you have to give them overly feedback, that kind of stuff. So these are roles and responsibility for the job. All right. And in your cover letter, you are supposed to write and tell, okay, whether you can actually do all this or not. All right. Okay. Remember, it is a compulsory piece of document. Nowadays, it's a must, okay? And even for government sectors, they are asking you to actually apply and send in a resume first, right? When you're applying for the job, before they actually call you up for interview, all right? And in fact, a successful resume should include what are the projects and awards and accomplishments that you have received throughout your studies, or even in your previous position. Like some of you, you even have done like part-time jobs. But when you include the part-time jobs, make sure it is relevant for the position you're applying for. Let's say if you're going to apply for a teacher position, okay, and part-time you worked as a tuition teacher, well, that's relevant. But if you worked as a cashier, well, that's not relevant. Okay, so whatever information that you include in your resume has to be relevant to the job that you're applying for. So where to start? How do I start preparing my resume? First, look out for job advertisement. All right, so there are plenty of websites you can go for. LinkedIn, all right, it's a very famous platform now where people start posting about jobs and so forth. All right, I usually recommend my students to just create a LinkedIn account at the moment. But once you finish studies, you can just update more information on that. All right, and then JobStreet. JobStreet is also a famous platform where employers post out the recent job advertisements available. Okay, or newspapers, the cliche way. So any other platforms is completely fine, but you need to look out for a job advertisement, a job ad that is relevant to your field of study. I'm talking about a real job advertisement, okay? Then read the job advertisement and study what are the requirements that they need and what are they looking for. So let's say if you're a fresh graduate, the best position is entry-level position. Don't even look out for senior level position. You will get there, but not at the moment, because this is once you just finish your studies, you have to start with the. You will see the requirement that fresh graduates are encouraged to apply. So that means entry-level position. All right, but that doesn't mean that you're going to apply for clerks and all. No, you're going to have a bachelor's degree, so something that is equivalent to your forte. Okay. And then look out for email if they have put up their email address, because sometimes they want you to apply through their platform like LinkedIn or JobStreet. But some employees are pretty transparent. They would just give you their email so you can just email them. Then you prepare the resume based on the format used by the profession. Why do I say profession? Because a different field of study, they have different format on how to prepare their resume. All right. Medical professionals, they have different format. What I'm going to share with you is something general, something that's applicable for most of the field. All right, so you need to survey and look out for if there are any specific specific format that you need to follow through for your field of study. All right, especially if you are in the engineering field, if you are in the field of medicine, law, they have got a little bit of different format of preparing resume. All right, not different format entirely, but in terms of the themes they include in their resume, it's a little bit different from the general one. Okay, and then focus on the skills and experience which is relevant to the job, like I mentioned to you earlier. Okay, so the most conventional format or the general format of preparing a resume is that first, of course, you include the summary of skills, like what you can do, what are the what are the talents you have and so forth. It's a skill, like for example, if you're a multitasking person, and if you are a punctual person, if you're a last minute person, whatever skills that you think would actually mean something to the job, you include that, summary of skills. And then experience, if you have worked previously, if you have done internship, include that. All right, things that are relevant to your job. History of employment as well. So the same thing, all right? Experience and history of employment, they correlate. That means where you worked, how long you worked, and what did you do over there. All right, for example, you worked as a trainee teacher in this school for probably a period of 6 months. So what did you do over there? You include, all right? And then fluency in terms of language. So both written and spoken. So the best thing is, of course, like you put a ranking. For example, English is it 10 over 10. Okay. Written, maybe 7 over 10. All right. Or you can even say fair, medium, good. All right. The safe way of putting up, in terms of feedback for language. Computer literacy. What are the applications, softwares that you can actually operate? Right, you include that in as well. This is very much relevant to the current generation, especially if you're a teacher now. There are so many computer related software that you need to know. Like if you're an Apple certified educator, include that in. If you're a Google certified educator, include that in. If you can operate Microsoft Word, include that in. If you can operate Google Classroom, include that in. If you can create digital materials, put that in. These are all computer skills, all right? Professional affiliation would be like if you're a registered member for any body, all right? Like I'm a member of Malaysian Applied Linguistic Association, all right? So I'm a registered member, so I put that in. If you're a registered member of maybe, a Taekwondo club, put that in, all right? If you're a registered member for probably, Teachers Education Society, put that in, all right? Awards. Award include your achievements like in your academic and non-academic matter like co-curricular matter and extracurricular matters, all right? And probably if you participated in a competition and you have set a record, include that in. But things that you include has to be recent ones, not from your school ones, okay? We are talking about things that you had during your undergraduate days, all right? So this is, sample of a resume from one of my students, all right? So you can see here that, he included his information over here, all right? There is his number, his LinkedIn account, his email, how they can reach him, his address, and then he talks about himself, his summary, okay, summary of skill, his work experience, okay, and then he talks about where he received his education, skills, what he can operate, because I think he's an IT student, yeah, all right, he's an IT student. Software engineering student, all right, so what he can do, all right, and what are the activities he have participated and what are the awards he has received. And he also had 2 references. So references are people who can give good feedback about you, all right? So like if you're an undergraduate at the moment, you can choose 2 lecturers who know you. One could be your academic advisor, one could be a lecturer who know you well. All right, maybe someone from subject matter and so on. Like he put me as a reference because I was a debate coach, because he was a debater back then. All right, so you can choose someone who you know who can give you a good feedback about you, and make sure the lecturer is well informed. All right, if you are putting his or her information on your resume, and you don't want the resume, the employer to call, and then suddenly the lecturer is out of the blue. They have no idea that you have included their name. So make sure to take the privilege to inform them if you're planning to use the resume for your job employment later. Okay, all right. So this is another sample. So this one you realize is a bit colorful, and it has a design and all. This is a bit conventional. So this is also a good one. All right, the same thing. He had his career objective, his education, what are the extracurricular activity he participated, his awards, and his skills he put in later on. It doesn't matter, all right? But usually skills, when we talk about summary of skills, they usually include in in the objective, in the summary of skills. But this one, I think he's talking about what are the things that he can do, all right? Like this one, right? Earlier on, he talks about the skills as in what he can operate. So the same thing, this student put what he can do over here, all right? And then references, okay, as well. 2 references. He didn't have a photo, but he had the information and so forth. Okay, now let's look at a cover letter. Any questions pertaining to resume, people? Okay, all right. I assume there are no questions. So now let's move on to cover letter. So as I said, cover letter is a formal letter you send, but of course this is electronic, right? So the first thing is that you need to have your address, okay, the date, the employer's address, okay, sir or madam. The title is the application. What are you applying for? Application for the position of software engineer. All right. Or application for the position of teacher. What teacher? Physical education teacher. All right. And then you give a little bit in terms of introduction. All right. What kind of person you are, and talk about a little bit of your skills. That means what you can do, and what you can offer for the company. All right. And then this is where you specify and tell, all right, what are the experts you are in. For example, what are the personal skills that you have as compared to the rest of the candidates, okay? And you think that that would actually mean something for the job application. So sometimes students also put in the roles and responsibility they can do for the job. For example, let's say in the job advertisement, they are looking out for someone who can prepare exam questions. And then you as a teacher, you have been trained to, prepare exam questions maybe for the past 5 years. So they put that. I can coordinate exam papers and prepare them according to the format of what. All right. And these are some of the things, important information, all right, from the roles and responsibility that would actually mean something for the employer. All right. And then you conclude by saying that, you're more than willing to be called in for interview. You provide a little bit of your information, okay, in terms of where they can reach you, maybe a mobile number or email address. And sometimes if you're a bit experienced, you can even include your salary expected over here in your cover letter. That's for experienced ones, okay? But for fresh employees, it's usually between 2.5 to 3.2 at the moment, all right? But of course, it all depends on what you can offer. If you're just an extraordinary person, you can, of course, demand more. And you must say that it's open for negotiation. Then you sign off with your name. All right. So this is a sample of a cover letter. Any questions? No. So I'm going to provide you with a task. All right. So I'm going to leave it for you to decide your team. Okay. All right. But this is the task. All right. In a group of 3, I want you to choose 3 members. Okay. Anyone. All right. Wait, maybe I can choose for you. Right. I can choose for you. Number of assigned. Okay, so in a group of 3, okay, I do not know how it's gonna, assign later on. You're supposed to look out for a job advertisement in your field of study, all right, and then look out for the requirement and role that requirements, what they have posted for the job advertisement, and what are the expectations for the job as well. That means what is the person supposed to do in that field of career. Okay, I want you to prepare a very simple resume with your team. You can use platforms like Visual CV, or even a Google document is fine. Or you want to use it in a PowerPoint, it's fine. It's just a very simple resume that you prepare with your team, because next week we're going to do a little bit of classroom activity where you will be attending interview, all right, with the resume that you prepared. Okay, let me see if I can assign you into breakout. Number of breakout sessions. Okay, let's see. Okay. I think I am supposed to settings, cloud. So 34 is set. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to assign you into a few groups. Okay, all right. So you're going to go into groups of either 3 or 4. So this is the task. So you can get to know your members. I'll be giving you like 5 to 10 minutes just for you to meet your members and discuss on how you're going to meet and how you're going to talk about this assignment. All right. Before I start the breakout session, any questions? You understand what is expected out of you?
Madam,
Yeah.
excuse
Hi.
me.
Yeah. Hi. Yes. Ian.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it one resume per team,
Yes.
per group,
Just one
or one
resume.
resume
Just
per
one.
person?
Just one resume per team. You all of you, you're supposed to just eye out for one job advertisement. All right. Later on, all right. Just look up for one job advertisement, all right, and then start preparing resume for that. So it can be from any field. Let's say in your team you have someone from the sports science, someone from the arts. Okay, you can just decide. Okay, maybe we go for sports science, all right. Then you start looking for something in relation to sports science. Okay. Okay, Eden. I hope I answered. All right.
Okay, madam.
Okay, I'm about to start the breakout session now, so you can just see who are the members in your team, all right? But this task is for you to work on over the week, all right? Because I'm about to end the class in a while. I've got meeting at 11:15. So it's just for you to meet your members, okay? And then later on, you can start working on your task, independently, okay? Oh dear.
Madam, you're muted.
I'm sorry. Okay, because I locked it into another meeting for session. Okay. So I hope you managed to identify who are the members for your task. All right. So after this, I'll leave it to you how you're going to discuss with your teammates on finding the right job. Okay. and start preparing a very simple resume. Okay. The most important thing is that because next week we're going to do a little bit of activity. So imagine if you're attending a job interview. So what are the requirements? Okay. What do you think what would the job employer ask you in terms of the requirements as well as what you can do for the job? Okay. All right. So I'll just call it up a day and I will put up Aaron's number later in our group and he will advise all of you on how to go about the purchase of the module. Do we have any questions? Yes.
Madam, excuse me. There's only
Yes.
2 of us in my group.
No
In
problem.
our group.
Ken,
Oh,
you can still proceed with
can.
just 2. It's just a very simple one. Don't
Okay,
worry.
madam.
Okay. Not like as if you're going to submit for assignment. Lukman, good morning, madam. May I ask you? Yes, you can buy. All right. Once the books are in our office, okay, I will let you know. You can just walk in and buy. Those who are on the campus, you can just come in and. I mean, you're supposed to pay to Aaron, but you can come and collect the book. All right. We're trying to minimize. We're trying to go cashless. All right. So for that, you bank into him, but you can come and get the book from our office. All right. I will let you know once the books are available here. All right. Do we have any questions that you would like to ask before I end the session? Okay. All right. If there are none, I thank all of you for joining me in the morning. I will see you next week again. All right. We're going to go further into resume and cover letter just to give you a better understanding on how it works. All right. So stay safe. Take care. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
Have a nice day.
Okay.
madam.
All right.
Madam.